There's so much to Punjabi music than more than Bhangra.
How do you look at this extraordinary popularity of Diljit Dosanjh right now?
To have somebody young like him who seamlessly fits in without compromising his culture is fantastic.
There are parallels of Chamkila's fate with Sidhu Moosewala.
It's scary to see musicians shot.
We Are the World, where Michael Jackson had taken the lead. Do you think that world needs a song like that today?
The world is so messed up now, so polarized, so divisive. I feel like one song definitely somebody can do.
You were extremely shy earlier. How did this transformation happen, sir?
As a musician, why should you talk? Just let your work talk.
Mohit Chauhan, Rakeysh Ali, two voices. They have a very unique texture, but there will be purists who will find faults technically.
Sometimes the most perfect singers are so boring.
If Taylor Swift asks you to compose a song for her,
I don't know, whatever she wants.
that a singer can impact the economy of a huge country like the US.
If people take the power of music to do good things, it's a great thing. Michael Jackson had the power.
One word for the following singers, sir, if you can have. Arijit Singh.
Arijit Singh is
Neha Kakkar.
a necessity.
If you meet Anu Malik, sir, in a lift, what conversation would you have with him?
I like a lot of songs of Anu Malik. So he has got this incredible talent of composing very fast, I believe. Hi, this is R Rahman. You're watching Connect Cine with Faridoon.
Rahman sir, welcome on Connect Cine.
Thank you.
Sir, my first question to you will be, I've heard the entire album of Chamkila. My first question to you will be, it seems that you must be a Punjabi in your past life. Do you agree with that?
I love, I think it's just curiosity and then, appreciating different cultures and listening to a lot of Nusrat Saab and in the UK, I used to listen to a lot of Sunrise Radio. They used to play all this old Punjabi song. Then I realized, oh my God, there's so much to Punjabi music than more than Bhangra. And so all that stuff is in my realm.
No, of course. And I think it's a fantastic album. And obviously, I think Ishq Mita is something that is truly, I think, remarkable, especially in terms of music arrangements. It seems that you're truly enjoying yourself. I believe you kept on making changes till the last minute. Something about the music arrangements of Ishq Mita, sir?
Yeah, so I actually originally composed it on a Dolak loop. And then when I heard the song, why can't we make it very relevant to today's stuff? Why can't we make it like a reggaeton where people can enjoy? It's not dated, but it's actually more from a director's perspective. And after we finished the song, I think we were hearing it, and then Imtiaz came with this idea, why don't we had a chorus which says, it's like Punjab singing right? Love can destroy, love can give you. And so saying, Main hu Punjab. That whole line came up.
Right.
And the line came up and then the song became magic. And then we wanted to repeat that line. So it is evolving from the beginning into this massive song.
No, I think it's truly. I think that Main Hu Punjab thing, it literally just fills you with, I think, goosebumps, and it's truly amazing. Would you like to say something about the music arrangement, especially if you're talking about Ishq Mita? It's very layered.
It is basically it's simple. It's just giving a groove for Mohit's voices, which is fantastic voice, and then I think there's just two sections. There's an interesting wordplay on the rhythmic. It's like a syncopation, like a jadi, which happens, and which is pretty unusual for Punjabi music, but he wrote it beautifully. He took the rhythm and he wrote it according to that stuff. But there is a sense of almost like a rap. Other than that, it's just the voice and the lyric and the sound of it.
I absolutely loved Vida Karo. I think it must be coming at a very crucial juncture in the film. It's truly beautiful. I think the way Arijit has sung it and the way it is written and the music arrangements, they are minimalistic music arrangements.
Yeah. I think Vida Karo is a song which came in at the later part. Then they wanted to use... Actually, it came in as a romantic song. And then we were thinking, okay, let's use it as a goodbye song too. Then once it became Vida Karo, I felt like there could be a better love song. because it's more a nice send off goodbye song, and for a love song it'd be a little more. So we did Tu Kya Jane. So he actually filmed for this same tune in a very different lyric with that chorus tune, and that came in. I wanted to go to that beautiful vintage vibe of 60s or the violin, and almost it's coming from a radio at that point of time, what India was
Right.
going through, what soundscape was happening. So carefully
Right.
measured every note, uh, which one go out and look different from that vibe. It's a very the
Right.
parameters set so in that within that warmth of what all the great masters used to do, and it's almost like an ode to them, like a Madan Mohan or Naushad Saab or like SD Burman.
Wow, I think that's amazing, and I think even the other songs, I think the level of I think the Punjabi which is there, I think it's quite heavy, even in terms of language, getting especially the rhythm right. What was your entire research like, and how did you manage to do it? You're someone from Chennai, and you're making I think Punjabi songs that'll be sung for I think generations to come.
Thank you. Actually, what happened was I came to Mumbai and we invited all these people from Punjab, a lot of musicians and singers, and for Naram Kalja we called around 8 girls again from Punjab. They were all
Right.
singing stuff. We were just jamming, recording, sampling beats and everything. Even though we didn't use any of those, it
Right.
created a vibe and aura in the whole studio. It created an aura,
Right.
and it made us identify certain voices, like Yashika's voice. She was a new singer who sang Tu Kya Jane. And then so we recorded the track with her and felt like there's something in her voice. And at one point, I felt like, oh no, I think we should get Shreya Ghoshal to sing this. So I called Shreya,
Right.
and she said, "Oh, I'm busy. I can't do it." And I said, "Okay, it's Yashika's turn." Then she called back again and said, "No, no, I'm free. I can do this." And then again I said, "Okay, let's get Shreya to do it." And then again she said, "I'm stuck. I can't do that. Can I do it like day after or something?" I said, "No, I think it's destiny that we have this new girl to sing this." I just wanted a reason to,
Interesting.
yeah, I wanted a reason to,
So Shreya Ghoshal was supposed to
yeah, she was
sing it
supposed to sing,
originally,
but
all
then
right?
I think she had a more fresher feel, I felt, for the song, and she kind of nailed it. Yashika nailed it, and Imtiaz was agreeing that it's fine to have a new voice, and so we retained that voice. So all these things happen. Even
That's
while recording Naram Kalja, then one of the ladies had done that Marja Hai Gud Kharke, that whole. It
amazing
just came,
line.
and I said,
Amazing
"Oh,
line.
let's retain that. That's so cool." And these kind of little nuggets, so that it's not like manufactured within this. It was wild, and suddenly the antra goes to another key and comes back to
Right.
the same key. Yeah, so the kind of musical theater vibe in Punjab, let's say, to have all these different characters singing for about Chamkila songs and Chamkila.
So how crucial was it for you to get that orchestration maybe which will be there say maybe it's in 1980s?
I love that stuff because now we record all over the world. We record in India, we record in Budapest, in London, and we record in, I got Firdos Studio and Firdos Orchestra in Dubai. All the stuff is there. But there is something about uh, the string section in the 60s, the notes and the way they played, which is very close to my heart. And even ghazals have had that
Right.
kind of quality, those days. So I wanted to get that back and have it really loud at the same time, complementing the song as a one layer for that.
And so Imtiaz told me that Diljit and Parniti's live singing, it has been retained uh, from the live shooting itself. And I believe you're part of the orchestration as well over there as well.
So we set up an orchestra because we didn't want to change anything of Chamkila's songs. It was note to note same, and Diljit already kind of knew all the songs. Panditi had to learn; she had to change her voice to sing like Amar Chamkila, and she did a beautiful job. She had more in the top register than her register, which is slightly lower.
What about the background score? You've also done the background score, and I feel it must be a very very important cog in the wheel as well.
Yeah, the background score I felt uh, had to be minimalistic, and because
Mm.
we all know what happened to Chamkila, right? He got shot. His wife got shot.
Right,
So it
right,
consciously decided not. It should not be a sad movie. It should be about narrative. It should be about how casual he is, how fearless he was, in a way,
right.
understated in the most crucial, you know, events in his life. So by making a score which is very over dramatic, we would kill all that stuff. So we wanted to make it very true, just harmoniums, just drones and some dulls and stuff. I wanted to make it very, very minimalistic because it's filled with Chamkila songs, the songs which we have made, and this overload of so much of musicality. So we wanted to keep the drama portion pure into the acting and minimalistic.
As far as Chamkila album is concerned, where would you rate it amongst, I think, a plethora of brilliant albums that you've had over a span of so many years?
I don't know. uh, it's so fresh in my thing, but definitely it's a different album from other stuff because it's a different culture.
Right.
It's trying to be true to the narrative of what could make this story more cinematic, expandable, and I feel like Imtiaz Ali has reinvented himself in directing this movie, going out of his comfort zone,
Okay.
storytelling,
Right.
the way he writes the songs, all that stuff. And of course, Irshad and Mohit play a very vital role in music.
And Irshad Bhai is from Punjab, so
Yes.
Malarkotla, so yeah, he understands the idiom very well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, how do you look at this extraordinary popularity of Diljit Dosanjh right now?
I,
He'll be performing in Vancouver right after the movie releases.
yeah, he is. I think it's phenomenal. I think any artist who succeeds from India is a success for whole of India, and especially Punjabi music and becoming an icon. It's a no-brainer, and to have somebody young like him who seamlessly fits in without compromising his culture is fantastic.
This rage that Punjabi music has become off late, especially I think in terms of the music arrangements, they are I think very world level in terms of very Western. At the same time, the feel, the vibe is very desi. So how do you look at this phenomenal growth of Punjabi music, be it AP Dhillon, be it Shubh, be it Diljit Dosanjh right now?
I think it's a good thing. We can definitely any success of any Indian stuff is good for the whole country because it catapults, it raises the respect and the viewability and it expands the audience for Indian artists. After
Right.
Jai Ho, there was a lot of scope. And even now, Jai Ho is like celebrated all over the world. People play that in sport events and school events all over the world, whether it's in Asia, Europe, or the West. And because because of the popularity of Slumdog Millionaire, which what the movie did, when they watch it, they come back to that stuff. I feel like having more cultural diversity in the music is a good thing because it shows the power of what India's music is.
And so there are parallels of Chamkila's fate with Sidhu Moosewala, and Sidhu Moosewala's I think demise is very recent as well. So how do you look at this particular parallel that is being drawn as well?
It's scary to see musicians shot, and it's scary to. Um, I think if you are fearless, um, things like this happen, and I feel like these people have to be celebrated for their fearlessness and what happens to them. Even they know what's going to happen to them, but they still are fearless. And I think it's an amazing character for an artist.
And so you've been mentioning about Michael Jackson's reel in several of your interviews. There is this documentary which is which is there on Netflix itself, Greatest Night in Pop, where they have showcased the making of We Are the World, where Michael Jackson had taken the lead, Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie, and I think it was I think a confluence of some brilliant artists, and what that particular song did for humanity, the amount that it generated at that point of time was phenomenal as well. Do you think that world needs a song like that today, and the musicians and the artists can come together?
It is, but I think it depends who's going to do it. It always works, but then I was also part of the Haiti We Are the World when they recorded it again, along with Justin Bieber and Celine Dion and Tony Bennett, all of them. But the same didn't work on another for another decade, and that point of time when people came together, there was a lot of innocence and true wishes, true intention. The world is so messed up now, so polarized, so divisive. So I feel like one song definitely somebody can do, but who's going to bring them together? Is the issue.
Right, of course. Um, so the sort of musical influences that you have, it is so phenomenal. Um, what is it that in any particular musician, for example, or any great artist, for example, that really makes you just start respecting them, because you have this huge respect for Indian artists, say in say Tamil and other musicians, at the same time Western artists as well. So there is it's a very secular approach that you've always had. What is it that you look in a particular great artist that inspires you?
I think if they are original, they 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 go it's to such depths that they don't care about fame, or they don't care about the outcome, but they give themselves to the art, and that art has a charm by itself, bringing people together. I respect those kind of artists, whether they're folk or whether they're in classical music or film music, because we have a great responsibility. And even now, when I hear Kumar Gandharva or Basmalla Khan Saab, there is
Right.
you get a fulfillment from their performance, and some people are even super charming, like what Khan Saab would talk. Basmalla Khan, he has so much of wit, and he has a certain charm when he speaks. Yeah, I think that's the kind of respect I have, and because we all need this from each other. There are certain times you feel like miserable, low esteem, and then you find an artist who's so deep into the art. You get hope, you get an energy that it's infectious. Passion from them comes to you.
So the way you reinvent yourself is truly so inspiring. You've always said that that element of childlike, um, I think excitement is very important for you. How important is it for you to just keep on reinventing yourself and have that hunger?
I personally get bored with the making or anything very soon, and some of the stuff is supposed that it stay like melodies. The melodies, and there are harmonies, or there are symphonies, or there's certain work which are timeless. But then when you're making songs for movies, it's a very the parameter is very narrow sometimes, but unless you experiment, unless you find something new, it's not engaging enough. Then it becomes a formula, it becomes so boring. So I think working like films, which takes you out of the comfort zone, makes you work harder on a different palette of sounds, different kind of thought process on poetry or lyrics. It pushes you to the output which comes from you is so different. And rather than fighting doing the same kind of movies where, oh, I've done this before, but I have to do it differently. It's a more tough. It's more tough. So I love doing things which pushes me to think differently, work with different people, so that whatever comes out is fresh.
So, what is the importance of humility in your life? Because many times we see artists, musicians, music composers, they tend to gloat about the sort of work that they have done. You're someone who's always looking forward to what you're going to be doing next, and extremely humble. How has humility contributed in your art?
Actually, it's a dichotomy. When because I've adapted the Sufi life, where Sufi life is about eradicating ego in your heart, so that you have place for God's presence. And whereas
Wow.
art needs ego, right? I can't just say, "Oh, I'll do a very simple song. I'm getting paid for it." I can't. So I have to enact what I'm expected to do. And so, as a
Right.
personal ego is different, and the creative ego is different. Personal ego is all about searching for the void. Finding the spiritual richness from whatever you can grab on through your prayer, through your istighfar, through your meeting people who are spiritually rich, and surrendering to the Almighty. Because we don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. Whether I'll be able to compose
Of
music,
course.
or whether you're going to live, or you don't even know. Life is so unpredictable. So you definitely, I think, prefer being hardwired to be humble because of the lifestyle. But when I'm working, and there is an ambition to refine myself, to excel, to at least the process of achieving higher ideals. And in the process, whether I achieve it or not, I think it definitely influences my work to things.
Amazing. And sir, I believe you're fasting these days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So how's the experience of fasting? You are into spirituality, and
I
what sort of experience
I
is it?
fast. I think strangely, um, not even one of these days. Like it's already 19 days have passed. I felt hungry, or I felt thirsty, and I've been working constantly, working and doing promotions. Did the IPL show, but I think there's a blessing in this month which we have to utilize. This.
Right. So you're also having Maidan, which is coming up. There's this film of Ajay sir that you've been part of, and I personally find that music score brilliant and absolutely beautiful. That is Takshak, Govind Dilani Saab's film.
Yeah, and that you are also you are. Um,
Of course, of course. Takshak is my personal favorite. So
yeah.
especially the way you've used acoustic guitar, and I think
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's truly an underrated. The film did not do that well, but I think the album was outstanding.
yeah, yeah. Mujhe Rang De and Khamoshi Raat.
Khamosh Raat. I think Khamosh Raat is beautiful.
Thank you. Um,
It's absolutely beautiful.
Maidan actually, when I first uh, saw the film, it didn't have all the
Mhm.
CG and all this stuff. My question was, why am I doing this film? I've done sports film already, so what am I going to do new in it? And then when I saw it again, I said, oh, there is a lot of things which we can do. We can bring the humanity out. We can bring the romance out. We can bring the powerful female character, the song of that out, which is Mirza. Um, so then you realize it's your mind which can do or um, not do things. So the way you take it is very, very important. You can take something which you think is mundane, and make it brighter, or you can take something which is brighter and make it mundane. So this how you take life. It's very similar. So now we all finished the soundtrack, and it's done with the brilliant Amit Sharma, who is so particular
Right.
about every little frame, every sound. Dedicated his four years of his life for this movie thing.
So it's very obvious that um, one of uh, one of the reasons for your pursuit, as far as music is concerned, is posterity. Um, you also, I think, work making music that'll be remembered, say, 50 years down the line as well. When you're composing songs, what is it that really tells you that this song is going to test the test of time, stand the test of time? Like, for example, I feel Ishq Mitai is a song that's going to be relevant even up 50 years down the line as well.
I think it happens. We want every song to be that, And some songs take time. It comes after 3-4 years. It takes off, strangely. And some songs are take off instantly. And but the idea is to go to the intention is to make each song beautiful, honest, and wholesome. There's certain aspects which depends on the how the society is. They grab onto certain things. Sometimes they grab it late, and my duty is to be as honest in producing the song, composing the song, casting the singers, arranging it, and whether it's catches or not. And in the world, when you find there is something for everyone. I remember I was walking near Kodak Theatre once, and there was a gentleman from Afghanistan who was studying there, and he suddenly stopped me with his, I think his girlfriend or wife, and said, "Sir, I love your music." I said, "What music do you love?" And he picks up a very very odd, simple track from the track of movie Dhanush movie, and it called Mariam, and he says, "This I don't understand anything, but I love this track." So strange. It's like
And so, personally, I've noticed something in your personality, which I feel is a wonderful change. I still remember when there was music launch of Jodha Akbar in Mumbai, and so there were these group interviews that were happening with, say, Ritik and Aishwarya, and you were there as well, Ashutosh as well. And once you came over there, and there were a few questions, and you replied um, with a lot of brevity, and precise answers were there. So once there were no questions, you were very happy that it's okay now, I can go. So I'm extremely thrilled to see that you're far more, I think, open as far as doing interviews now. It's a complete departure from what you used to be. You were extremely shy earlier. How did
yeah,
this transformation happen, sir?
I think you're a musician sometimes, and I feel like as a musician, why should you talk? Just let your work talk. But now I think because of my uh, travel into filmmaking and trying to write stories and figure out, and I'm starting this meta band all on. So it's all about character and going deeper into the backstories, and so when you have to tell stories, you have to talk a lot, you have to articulate, all that stuff. I think that whole process had made me open up, finding the right words to articulate what I feel about, rather than feeling okay enough. Why do we have to talk? Let's do. Because when you talk about your work, I think I feel like certain but before you do it, certain power of the work goes down because you kind of give that energy what you could do away. But once you finish it, and then when people ask about it, I'm okay to explain to it.
If you could please briefly tell me something about some of the collaborations that you've had, like, say, for example, collaboration that you had with, say, Amir Khan, the collaboration that you had with, say, Ashutosh Gowarikar, for example, collaborations that you've had with Imtiaz Ali, for example. You've worked with certain people consistently, and Mani Ratnam Saab, for example. The results have been truly phenomenal.
Yeah, I think I kind of imagine myself as oxygen, or it with another collaboration, like it becomes water, it becomes this, it becomes that, and similar. When two artists mingle and they have definitive ideas and rules and likes and dislikes, I change to that mode. Like with Ashutosh, he picks up the melodies and he listens to it, and he sometimes gives ideas. So can we have the bass melody as an accordion melody? It was his idea. I had it was actually a bass guitar. He said, "Can you play that on accordion?" And it became a beautiful theme, very different. So they sometimes I take ideas from directors, and he has a sense of recognizing a melody and placing it in different things. Same with Mr. Maniratnam, where he has this incredible sense of recognizing a tune or applying it to, maybe taking a lullaby tune and making it the biggest chartbuster. He has this incredible ability of imagining something which is unusual to a blockbuster. And with Rakesh Mehra and with Imtiaz,
Of course.
yeah, with Rakesh Mehra again is very similar to Mani Ratnam. He has a lot of trust, and he is a very modern filmmaker. So I'm inspired by his works, how he films things and stuff like that. With Imtiaz again, um, there's a lot of trust. He has a lot of knowledge about poetry and Urdu and um, the the basic foundation of what the Hindi film industry was made, nostalgia, all that stuff. Since I dabble with a lot of stuff now in India and South India, North India, England, America, I do look them as a mirror and the director as a mirror. So how they reflect, how they react to an idea. So it helps me to focus and articulate my stuff, gravitate towards what is needed for that movie. So it changes. I change according to the team I work with.
Right. You mentioned about Rakesh Mehra. I think Rang De Basanti. What a soundtrack! And I think Khoon Chala.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the finest songs that I personally heard. Mohit Chauhan. You've collaborated with him quite often, even in Chamkila as well. Any memories of Khoon Chala, sir? So minimalistic music arrangements once again, but so impactful.
The lyric was given to me, and so the first voice I thought was, why don't we get Mohit to sing this? And we didn't know how to contact him. So Prasoon had the number, so he landed up like, what am I doing in this place, Chennai? And then it took a while for him to get, to ground himself in the studio and do the stuff. And then rest is history. Then I saw him in Mission Ustad, where he was singing Kishore Das songs, and I said, oh my God, this guy can do this also. That made me recommend him for Rockstar. I said, why don't we have one voice and why don't we have Mohit's voice? And then now he's become like part of a gang when Imtiaz Ali and Ershad and all of us work together. It's nice fun.
Prasoon wrote the lyrics for Boonde. I think one or two songs in Boonde. The album of that Silk Route.
Oh,
Mohit was part of that album, that group, yeah. And so I think that's how Prasoon must be having those. So one more question that I'm having. So Mohit Chauhan, Lucky Ali. I'm just mentioning two voices. They have a very unique texture, but there will be purists who will find faults technically as far as both of them are concerned as singers. But they have very unique textures. You as a music composer, do you have those puritical thoughts, and do you tell your artist that maybe technically you're not correct, but you have a good
there's
texture?
no right and wrong. It's if somebody resonates to the heart, if they sing a song, I also believe that sometimes the most perfect singers are so boring, and a lot of people find that sometimes the rough track is what they're like. So when you perfect something, it loses something. It loses the humanity in it when you try to make it very perfect. For certain things, I like perfect things, but not everybody has to. If they can feel something, if they can make somebody cry with just singing a line, they have the power of, they have a blessing in them. And Lucky Ali and even Mohit, they both have that stuff. And you can never deny what they are. Yeah, that's how they made. And hi, this is R Rahman. You're watching Connect Cine with Faridoon.
If the A.R. Rahman was not a musician, who would it be?
Would be probably an electronics engineer repairing computers.
One singer who's very close to your heart, and you'd like to collaborate with him or her.
There are a lot of young singers now. They don't even send me stuff. I just DM them. And sometimes I FaceTime them and say, or, in Instagram video, there's this singer called Akansha Grover or somebody. She stays in Himachal. And one day I just Instagram video dialed her and it's like, was envious about her sitting in with her students singing on a hilltop. I said, this is life, singing music on a hilltop just for the sake of music. And we discovered a singer called Sneha from the UK. She sings beautiful. It's got this very silky, beautiful voice, which she sings English covers. She does. Then there's of course Shubha. We discovered on TikTok, and so I think the younger lot are super talented. Some of them are all over from the world. There's one singer who's going to come from Iran. Her name is Maksa something. And I think they have a kind of certain purity. Um, other than that, of course, I love to work with Stevie Wonder.
So if Taylor Swift asks you to compose a song for her,
Mhm.
what genre would you want to do it? Romantic or a dance number?
I don't know, whatever she wants. Well, if she wants a dance number, yes, it'll be a dance number. If she wants a romantic number, she writes the lyrics anyway. So
How do you look at this phenomenon that a singer can impact the economy of a huge country like the US?
I think it feels really good to, because if people take the power of music to do good things, it's a great thing. Michael Jackson had that power. He did stuff,
Right.
so much of charity concerts for Africa and the world and all the stuff. And it's nice to see Taylor. And she's also gone through a lot, right? You see that she got cheated and she's come back, and it's a good case study, good inspiration for musicians to say.
So your all-time favorite Michael Jackson song?
Wow. Black or white.
One word for the following singers, sir, if you can define them in one word. Sonu Nigam,
Excellent pitching.
Diljit Dosanjh.
Swag.
He touched your feet, the trailer launch.
He is very respectful and he makes me feel very old.
Arijit Singh,
Arijit Singh is pure.
Jonita Gandhi,
She is a diva. I named her diva in 2015 and she remembers that.
all right, Neha Kakkar.
Neha Kakkar is a necessity.
Interesting. AP Dillon.
I've not listened to AP Dillon. I know I've heard of him. I think I wish him the very best.
Okay, you have worked a lot with the KS Chitraji.
Yes.
If you can define her voice in a word or sentence.
Her voice is. She's actually taken the legacy of the greats. She's the only person who probably was handled it so beautifully in the South.
How different is it to compose music for international projects versus India?
I think in India, at least till past 3 decades, they've been so embracing to new ideas. There's so many different paths which are still unexplored for people to experiment. Internationally, it's not easy because they're very, very critical. But if we reach that status of having a hit, your life is made. If one song you make, your life is made. Because the market is so huge and the world embraces you.
One song from Amar Chamkila that lifts your spirits.
Ishq Mitai.
What's your guilty pleasure, sir? Do you have a guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. Ice cream.
If you can choose between the two options that I'm giving before you, What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish, Your Flowers by Miley Cyrus, your personal favorite?
Billie Eilish.
I think what a song. What a song. Strong storyline, your movie directors, your criterion for selecting a film for composing.
Mostly directors, because they always pick the right storylines anyway.
Are you a coffee person or you're a tea person?
Coffee person.
You like working with aspiring singers, you like working with established singers.
Both.
National award, international acclaim.
Both are not important.
Both are not important. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Beach or mountain, sir?
Mountain.
Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande, your personal favorite?
Oh my God. I think Taylor Swift for what she's achieved and for her humanity.
Michael Jackson, your Bruce Springsteen, your personal favorite?
Michael Jackson.
Muqabla ya Urvashi?
Urvashi.
Chaya Chaya ya Hamma Hamma?
Oh my God. Chaya Chaya.
Javed Akhtar Saab ya Gulzar Saab, better sense of humor?
Sense of humor is Javed Saab. They can make you laugh.
Bombay ya Rangila, better album according to you?
I mean, Rangila is the first Hindi album. Bombay is the dubbed album, right? It's a Tamil album.
Okay, Rahman sir, it's truly a privilege and honor to always speak to you. And thank you very much for your time. Congratulations for Chamkila, Maidan, and I believe you're having a Malayalam film that you're very excited about as well.
Yeah.
And looking forward to all your future ventures, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wishing you the very best. God bless.